Hi Stampin' friends! We're going to use the Pattern Play Set and Alphabet to make the following two cards. This one, Happy B-Day. These are both cases from the catalog of sorts. This one is different because I used the Coastal Cabana cardstock as my background. They used a pattern paper, but you all would not be able to have enough of the paper to make everyone's cards anywhere close to the same. So this makes it a little easier to do with a group. So let's get started. What you will have in your kit, if you took the class from me, is 2 bags. One of the inside pieces for this birthday card. So you'll have the inside pieces to go here for the P's, the R, the B, and the A's. So that's in this bag, and I just put all of my leftover pieces in there. And then this is the happy birthday that came out of this layer. That is the Coastal Cabana. And it has the pieces to put inside here. So the way I did this is I created a template and put my pieces in the template every time and cut onto a new piece of Coastal Cabana. So that was really simple, but easy to do. And it kept everything pretty close to the same place that I'd had it the time before. Okay, so what I have for the inside here, you can put any one of these that you want. I did run out of the large pieces of the, let's see, I guess that's what, Cajun, oh, I guess Calypso Coral, of course. Calypso Coral's polka dot. So I used this other kind of pink and orange background piece here for that. And then the day would be the purple, and then the green, but you don't have to use the ones that I chose. You may like to use completely different ones, and this would give it a more purple kind of a look. So it's totally up to you what colors you use. So you want to start out by putting adhesive on the back of your cardstock along here so that you can stick your pieces down. So you want to put a couple of dots in between the letters here so that your adhesive pieces can be stuck down. So I liked, let's see, I'm trying to decide here which one I want to put. I think I am going to use this for my happy. Like that. I got that a little close on the, I think I had a little shift there on my Y, on that happy. Okay, then I want to do birth and day. Let's see if it looks fine on this side, and it does. So then I'm ready to add my ribbon. Do that down the side, just kind of cut right here. And then I probably need to use some glue dots to hold things down. Put this right against this edge. I do have a little bit of stickiness on the back, so that could be a little bit of a problem for me. There we are. See if I like how that looks. Maybe a little scoochy that way, a little bit that way. Okay. Then I am ready to just add some glue all around the card here so that everything can be attached to the base, or actually our layer. This is this piece that I used, I should have mentioned, is a 5" by 3 3/4. And then it's going to go layered on the Whisper White. That's 5 1/4 by 4. Just want to get it fairly even. And if you ever have any problem with any curling or anything on the, when you use the Tombow Mono Multi Glue, just set something on it for a little while after you're finished and give it time to get stuck down. And then I'm just going to make my bow. I do like this crinkled, tiny, not very wide white ribbon. It's so pretty. And it is just in the main catalog. Oops, if I can get that. There we are. Okay. Imagine putting it there. And now I'm going to go ahead and get out the pieces I need. My inside. And you certainly would not have to. You could leave this just like this. People absolutely know that it says happy birthday. But I do think that the little pieces inside are kind of adorable, so I think they're kind of fun to add. So I need a dot for the A in happy. And the, let me squeeze this over here. A and day, and the P, and the B, and the R, and the D. All right, so the biggest one is the D. I probably need these tweezers for the A's because they are so tiny. You have a little bit of time to get these just like you want them as well. And I think it'll help if you kind of lay out the pieces and imagine which one is which. The B kind of has, I don't know what you would call it, kind of a, like a kind of a chubbier look at the bottom. So like this one, you can see that it's kind of got a little bit like that. And then the other one, the P's are like that. And the top of the B is this smaller little piece here. And I think the R is the same as the P, which to me makes sense. So. Okay, so now I have that finished. I'm just going to get a glue dot and add it to my, oops, bow. And then I'm going to use a little bit of white twine or whatever's in the catalog. And plan putting it right here. So now I am ready to get my scrap paper. And I used this stamp that says Cue the Confetti on here, and I used Calypso Coral, of course. That looks fine. And then I'm just going to use the, what is this, tailored tack punch. Punch it out. Just want to get it fairly nicely centered. Then I'm going to use just a regular punch and punch a little hole. Then I'm ready to thread that through here like this, and then tie a knot right here. You could also tie a bow. It wouldn't matter. Either way, it's going to be cute. And you can just loop it. I would do it at least 3 times. I actually tied one bow with this and it started coming out. So I think I must have tied it in a weird way that it was like a slip knot instead of an actual knot. So And be careful not to do that. Okay, then cut it and add your bow. You can just put it right on there like that. Okay, then you're ready to, this is Night of Navy cardstock. Just mount it right on there. And you should have a liner. I'm not going to show putting the liner in the card, but you should have a liner for this card. Well, probably for most of the cards in your set. So if you don't, then you can just tell me sometime and I'll put one on the porch. All right, looks good. Okay, you can see mine turned out pretty much just like the original. It just has a different pattern of paper up here. I think this card is good because you can use it for a man or a woman or a kid, whoever. Okay, so that's the first one of the cards that are very similar. And here is the Happy B-Day card. So for it, we are using a Coastal Cabana card base. And then we just have this pattern that's also in that set. I think it's really pretty, kind of a nice light polka dots. Almost looks like it was done with the back end of a pencil eraser. So we're just going to layer it on here. And do what I had started talking about, was lining it up and getting it even. A little scooch. I like to cut these when I'm going to be layering on here. Not try to cut it right at 5 1/4. I try to cut it a little tiny bit larger so that any hangover, not a whole bunch larger, but so that we don't see any extra of the edge hanging off over here on the side. That's not really a cute look. Okay, so I'm just going to put some dimensionals under here. And I kind of think it's probably a good idea to go ahead and put one under the middle. Like this. And then add it on here. That's fairly neat. And then I have this piece that I cut. I used 2 of the stitched rectangles, one on top of each other, to create a frame. As you know, I was casing the catalog on this one as well. You can see it on the pages that have these, this stamp set and alphabet die bundle. Then again, I just want to kind of center this over the piece that I cut. Well, it was 2 1/2, if that interests anyone in making an actual another card like this. And then these are pieces in the pattern paper that have just been cut to this size, which is cut in half at 3. So, you know, it's 6-inch paper, and it has some edges that have been cut off. And then they actually used 5 of these, but I didn't think it was necessary. I don't know if they had a bigger frame or what exactly the deal was, but I thought that this looked just as cute to just use 4 of them. So it's up to you. So now what I did on this, I don't know if you can see, I angled them. The outside pieces I kind of angled in as they went through here, kind of like that. And then the other ones I angled the other way. And if you notice a little bit of size discrepancy, you can cut these off. I just cut them at 3 inches. Then I just need to get my other baggie here. I'll dump those out. What I did was start out with the Happy, putting the H and the Y, as soon as I find it. Centering, you know, to kind of get them where you want them first. And then the A, and the first P, and the second P. Whoops. I have two R's. That may be, oh no, that's fine. Okay, there's that. And then the B. There should be a dot here somewhere. Not immediately seeing it. You can use a dot, or you can use, you have a dash because you have an exclamation point. You could use dash day, happy B-day with a dash. You could cut it if it looks like it's a little bit long to you. That would be no problem. And pretty easy to do. Okay, so now I'm ready to put these on. And so what you're kind of wanting to do is be sure that things are straight and even as much as you can. The same distance from the side, the same distance from the top. And they're easy to move when you first stick them down, so you might want to wait a minute before you try to get them exactly the way you want them. Not too long, because then you'll end up with it being stuck, and that wasn't your intention. And if you get a little bit on there, you can use your adhesive eraser to get off any of the extra mess stuff. And then once this is fully dry, just take your adhesive eraser and get off any excess mess. Obviously, I didn't put enough adhesive on that one. I want to check that before you get ready to put them away and make sure that you used enough as well. And then, you know, give it a look and be sure that you feel like they're straight enough. Just while you can still kind of goose them up a little bit. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.